Warning, the following video you are about to see comes from a geek and nerd who loves Marvel content and anime shows. Over here, we do not hold our tongue about anything and give you the most honest opinion about our chosen video topic. We do things that other content creators don't do. If you want someone like you to dissect said topic, subscribe and join other geeks in this space. While you are at it, leave a like on the video. Enjoy.
Why do you release? Why? If you're Jonathan Majors' team, what does releasing this footage do for you? What does it do for you? Because even if you think that it makes you look better and it puts you in a better light, what it does is it gives the public the opportunity to have an opinion, which is not something you should do. The public should not have their own 2 cents in this situation. Now, if you're new, if you're wondering, this new thing, basically, alleged text just came out between Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend. And like I said, Jonathan Majors' team did this. They leaked this out. The text reads, okay, there's no note, just wondering what happened, goodbye, blah, blah, blah. They blanked out her name for privacy reasons, which I don't like, because y'all are throwing Jonathan Majors' name through the mud, but y'all can't tell us who the girl is. Okay. And one thing I have to say is the word people love to use is misogynistic. Misogynistic this and misogynistic that, but they're not being fair. You know, honestly, I don't even see the harm in releasing her name, but anyway, let's continue. Please let me know you are okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did, and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out the hospital. Just call me when you're out. I love you. She texts again, same day, 3.5 hours later. They just called again to check on me, and I reiterated how this was not an attack and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper they gave me about strangulation and I said point blank, this did not occur and should be removed immediately. The judge is definitely going to be told this. She ensured this to me. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end. I also told the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior, out of care. She promised all will be relayed. Now, people see this and they're immediately, and we'll have a segment at the end where I go on Twitter and see what everybody's saying. But I can go ahead and tell you, most people are automatically pointing out the part where she vividly admits and says, I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. They're saying that's something an abuser would say, that's something a victim would say, this, that, and the third, which it is, right? But I ask you, for everybody out there who has a problem with her saying, I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. For everyone out there, if I go up to you and I grab your phone, I snatch your phone for no reason, what is your reaction? Now, I can admit, if it was my girlfriend doing that to me, then my first thing is not going to be to physically put my hands on. But what you can say is there will be a kind of back and forth and me just trying to get my device back. Now, a thing between two grown people, a grown person should not be reaching out to get another grown person's phone out of privacy, out of respect, out of care, especially if that person is your significant other. Now, I just feel like the team releasing this, it just wasn't a good idea. My opinion is I still have hold faithfully that Jonathan Majors is innocent. He didn't do this, but you're seeing so many people online wanting him to kind of fail. They want him to kind of mess up, and I don't know if that's because they don't. Well, actually, they already said some people don't like him as a person. But I don't know if it's because of that or because they're trying to see Marvel fall, seeing as though he's the new big bad of this Marvel saga. But it's just weird. And people are saying, you know, that's what an abuser would say, this, that, and the third. And I don't know, man. It was evident. They already said that this lady, his girlfriend, has mental issues. Now, Jonathan Majors, I have to say this. If you knew beforehand that your girlfriend had issues, mental issues, why get with her? Not to mention, she is white, and which matters. I said that in my previous video. I had another video, you know, I went ahead and kind of crucified everybody with Jonathan Majors in this situation, and I deleted it because I felt like I went too hard. I really don't like this. I don't like it at all. It doesn't look good for Jonathan Majors, but it doesn't look bad either, depending on how you look at it. I'm looking at it through a crystal clear mirror, and I'm just going off of what I said, what I see. And what I see is I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. That's why my mama always said, bro, she said, Jaden, call me instead of text me. Why? Because in text, things often get misconstrued, especially from people who are on the outside looking in, aka the public. Now, it can be used as her referring to the fight, it as her referring to the whole altercation, meaning him getting upset. It can be a variety of things. What I can tell you is that we won't know what it means unless the female will come out herself and say what she has to say. But she won't. This is what white women usually love to do, especially when it comes to black men. It's sad to say, but this is something people do. This is why black men really shouldn't, at least black men of high value, they kind of are not. It's kind of risky to kind of date a white woman, or just outside your race. Period. This also. I said in my last video that I deleted, I said the main reason why they were saying she grabbed the phone was because she allegedly saw texts from other females in there. And I have to tell you, when you're a man of that stature and of that much power, and you're becoming the face of the movie franchise in this early of the year, you have to know that man will be having females that will text his phone. He's built, he looks good, pause. He's a black man. Females want to go in and get after that, especially when they can't put a name to the face or a face to the name of the alleged girlfriend. So how are you gonna get mad at him for females texting him? Now I can understand you getting upset if he was engaging with the text as well. But even then, if you want to still be in that relationship, you better let that dude cheat and keep it moving. If you want the cars and you want the love and you still want to know that at the end of the day he has to come back home to you, you let him cheat, do whatever you want to do, and keep it moving if that's what you want. But you have to know what you're getting into as a woman, or not even as a woman, just anyone who's dating a person that is in high value and high stature. The only way this can get negated is if both of the people are high stature. Look at Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, stuff like that. Jay-Z, Beyonce. So I really feel like she should have just stayed in her place. Stuff like this, it shouldn't be called for. And Jonathan Majors, I have to say, obviously you won't see this video. I just feel like it wasn't wise to call the police, even though you were doing it out of care. That's what she said. When you get other people involved in your relationship, things go bad. Look at Will Smith and Jada. Things go bad when the public knows how your relationship works. When the public knows that, okay, it might be, even if it's not the case, it might be a glimpse of domestic violence. The public knows that's something they kind of want to happen. They want to eat it up. The press, they love it. They love to see someone who's starting out on fire. They love to see him go down and back down. So let's continue reading, and let's see what we see here. Actually, scratch that last segment. I'm kind of feeling lazy. So this is going to be a sit down talk from me to you. Can we get some toast? I don't know if it's a girl or a dude, but they say this doesn't come across as a misunderstanding. It comes across as a victim who's afraid of the consequences once their abuser is free. Victim how? Either way, if she's lying or if she's telling the truth, she should be afraid of the consequences. You have to. If you're lying, you should be afraid of the consequences, because now you're just painting this man out to be a villain when that's not the case. If you're telling the truth, you should be afraid of the consequences as well, because even though you're telling the truth, it's still a man who's getting put down. Other parts of the world don't like that. It's a sad world we live in, but not saying it's right or wrong, but just saying how I see it, man. It's like, man, and that's what I say, man. You look at Twitter, bro. No matter what you do, they're going to say you're guilty. They're saying right now this is a cover-up. He can be innocent and they'll still say, "Oh, it's cover up, it's cover up." And this puts it plainly right here. We've gotten, as a society, right? We have gotten so used, and now I have a screenshot. We have gotten so used to the women are always right narrative that we can't even look at and identify the innocence of a man. We can't. Someone says bro can't win. He gets accused and you all jump on him without seeing any proof. These messages get released and you all say this is a cover-up. I thought it was innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. Someone else replies, this text conversation reads like someone who's scared of him. How do y'all not see that? The other dude replies, to me, they read like a woman who is scared of being guilty of his career being ruined over a lie. Nothing less. You lot love the drama and reading things that aren't there into these things way too much. And that's completely true. Completely true. Completely true. And I'm looking at one of the replies, like especially the apologizing for putting him in that situation part. She was in the hospital, yet she's apologizing to him. Yes, because none of this happens if she keeps her hand to herself. Whether if she gets hurt because they're tackling each other over a phone, that doesn't happen if she doesn't reach for the phone. Whether he does it on purpose or not, it doesn't happen. That's what she's apologizing for. People, oh my God, I'm so tired of seeing the term misogynistic. People use it in so many ways. It has to have like 5 definitions at this point. It has to. Those texts are so sad. She is clearly a victim. You have no idea how many victims of domestic abuse act like her. They deny attacks and protect their attackers, and you can't do anything but wait for their deaths. Bro, come on. Man. And someone also says he doesn't have legal advisors. How a lawyer sees this and tell him to post it. That's what I'm not getting. Why do you post this? So all I'm getting from this is that Majors assaulted her and tried to grab his phone. Assaulted her after she tried to grab his phone, and that this woman gives us the vibe of being gaslit. Not exactly a good look, I will agree. If your point is to try to get innocence, this doesn't help. This doesn't help at all. And I'm gonna get ready to end this here, bro. There's not too much to really look at and see. I'm kind of just scrolling through Twitter, getting everybody else's reaction. Yeah, man. Oh, and with the thing of it being how a victim talks, everything's how a victim acts, how a victim this, bro. It's so many ways a victim can hide their pain and abuse. There's no clear-cut way to distinguish a victim. There's no clear-cut way. Because you can say, oh, she has marks, she a victim. But everybody's a victim of something. She can be cutting her own self. Because she just doesn't like something, she doesn't like how her body looks. She doesn't like this. That doesn't mean she's a victim of domestic abuse. I just don't understand it, bro. We say, oh, this looks like a victim, but we don't have a clear picture and clear understanding of what a victim even looks like. You know, I always say the thing with the R word, right? And this is really, really too far. This is kind of, you know, if you have children in the room, you know, this is kind of a little graphic. Females, when it comes to this stuff, that's domestic abuse, sexual abuse, all this type of abuse and different things, there's a very, very fine line. And I say that because you can be having sexual intercourse with a woman and she'll say, you know,
do it harder, choke me, punch me, do all this.
And it'll be perfectly okay and it'll be perfectly fine. But at the same token, a woman can have gotten the R word and the things she will say, he choked me, he was doing it rough, and I had blood and stuff. It's the same narrative, all the same facts for both situations, but they're completely two different things. That's what I mean. It's a fine line when it comes to any type of abuse with a woman, domestic, sexual, anything. Because you can have a relationship. That's just how y'all are. Your girlfriend gives you love taps. You give her love taps. I'm not gonna speak too much about my relationship, but my girlfriend, she'll hit me a little, and not no hit. She'll hit me a little sometimes, and I'll give her a little tap on the bottom. You know, it's what stuff do. But when you're outside and you're looking outside, outside looking in a relationship, you don't see those things. Now I can imagine if you have markings and scars, that's a little OD. That's too far. But I don't know, man. I'll have another update. Like I said, check out my TikTok. I do exclusive content on there. If you're coming from my TikTok, subscribe. If you love the video, like the video. I'm on the road to 50 subscribers. I can taste it. I just need 2 of y'all to subscribe to me and we'll hit it. After that, we'll be on the road to 100 subscribers. Big things coming, new news coming. We're going to talk about some DC stuff later on this month. Some Spider-Man stuff later on this month coming. We got a lot of stuff planned. If you want to see everything that we have planned, join the geeks. Over here, we're unbiased. Everybody has their own opinion. You go in the comments, I'll respond. Most of the time, you know, if you think a certain way, we can have a little debate, yada yada yada. It's all love and fun at the end of the day. No hard feelings. But yeah, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Great.